When you put these on the first time, you don't feel anything, and the next thing you know, you don't feel pain.
By mitigating inflammation, by reducing it, you can enhance performance.
It absolutely has taken my training to the next level. Giving it to teammates, and teammates using it, it became infectious throughout the organization.
The STAMINAPRO for me is keeping inflammation at bay. You're ahead of the game.
You know, the STAMINAPRO can be a game changer. For me, this is the best first step. I can see how it can change my life.
Actively recovering, reducing inflammation, this is just going to boost you way further.
It can get a player, especially a star player, back on the field.
I can wear the patch and I'm not dealing with any sort of pain or inflammation at all.
These things kind of get to the root of what's happening in your body. You see the effects pretty quickly.
What it does, ease of use, and understanding there's no drugs involved, this is an incredible product.
And everything in these patches is natural. I love every little bit of it.
The STAMINAPRO Active Recovery Patch is going to keep me competing at a high level for a very long time.
Nowadays, you can supplement, say with turmeric. You consume it, you have to digest it, you have to break it down. Then eventually, at a molecular level, it works on a receptor, and then that causes changes in the DNA to create proteins that reduce down inflammation. With something like STAMINAPRO, they've taken the charge of that compound, put it in a patch that you put your skin, gets absorbed. That will drive down inflammation. There's no side effects, no drug interactions. This uses energy medicine. It's such a crazy concept, right? But the technology is one of the best anti-inflammatories for active recovery.
I've had a lot of people use it as a preventative measure. They put it on 5 or 6 hours before they play golf. That gives them confidence knowing I'm just going to be a lot better off after the round.
I use it as a recovery tool, so I can just throw on a few strips and I'm feeling the same benefits of a full few hours of recovery, whether that be, an ice bath or heat sauna, just wearing these patches.
You can use the patch anytime you want. You can use it in anticipation of an activity. You can use it if you have acute pain after the activity. You can have it during the activity, so anytime.
Now I'm using it throughout everyday life. If I have a hard workout, I'm going to put it on ahead of time as a preventative. When I go to practice, I'm going to put it on.
I use the STAMINAPRO at every tournament. I'll put it on my back, on my leg. It's going to help before, after, during. It amazes me what they can do.
So by mitigating chronic inflammation, by reducing it, you can enhance performance because you allow the body now to really absorb the training.
As an Olympic athlete, you don't have to worry about having any sore muscles and having to take the day off. You just slap the patch on and you're ready to go.
When you look at the guys today on the PGA Tour, these guys are good. They can't miss anything. They can't be off 1 inch. A product like STAMINAPRO, they put it on 5 or 6 hours before they play golf. That gives them confidence. It's a big deal.
One of the professionals had a bad back just a few weeks ago, and I gave him patches to try, and he won the tournament that week. That's a pretty amazing statement.
STAMINAPRO has been an absolute, invaluable resource to someone like me. To know that I can do these things to my body day in and day out, and I have help.
I was just coming off the indoor national team and we were training 8 hours a day, 6 days a week before the 04 Olympics. I had an L5, S1 disc bulge and then a fragment. That injury should have ended my career. A friend turned me on to STAMINAPRO. The science behind it, the technology behind it made me go, okay, this is it.
I was training on the airbag and I caught my edge and got some pretty gnarly whiplash. I put 2 patches on the back of my neck and the next day there was 0 pain.
Having STAMINAPRO as a very simple device to help them recover is huge for an athlete.
Hurting my shoulder in Cuba and playing in the finals and somehow making a semifinal, and none of it would have been possible if it wasn't for STAMINAPRO.
I played 17 seasons in the NFL. My bones started really aching. I actually have a couple bad discs in my neck. As soon as I get up in the morning and I put 2 patches on my back, these alleviate a lot of the pain.
After I had rolled my ankle, I was back 3 weeks earlier wearing STAMINAPRO every day. I was back to 100%, which has never happened before.
And the patch isn't just for an elite athlete. It can be used for anybody in their everyday life.
I had a worker at my house who was doing construction. He was looking around all the time. I'd given him some patches. He came to work one day just bawling. They worked wonders on him.
My neighbor came by, he's probably in his 70s, he's a huge cyclist. He had 2 Band-Aids on below his knees. And I asked him what it was. He said, my knees are so bad, I haven't ridden my bike in over a week. I grabbed some Stamina Pro and I brought it out to him. A week later, I was taking out the trash and he ran over to me and he was literally almost in tears. And he said, I have no pain. I'm playing pickleball again. I went on another bike ride this morning for 75 miles. That story right there told me that this stuff actually makes a difference in people's lives.
If I know that I'm going to be working out later or golfing or lifting heavy boxes, I'll put a patch on just because I know that if I do, I won't ever have to worry about it.
Sitting in the car a couple hours, my lower back would tighten up. So I'll wear a patch while I drive. I don't really have to think about the next day being sore or stiff.
The application of it to everyday people was just phenomenal.
Something that's really key about the Stamina Pro Active Recovery Patch is that it's all natural. There's no artificial ingredients or chemicals. You don't have to worry about taking pain pills and icing, and you just stick the patch on and the next day you feel better.
It's huge for me that there are no drugs in Stamina Pro. I've got a pretty sensitive stomach, so I don't love taking pills all the time. So this is just such like a perfect fit for me. I'm getting the benefits without putting anything in my body, and everything in these patches is natural. I love every little bit of it.
When you're playing professional sports, you don't want any ointments or any creams or anything like that. What it does, ease of use, and understanding that there's no drugs involved, this is an incredible product.
No drugs involved is super important for us because we're competing on the world tour and we get tested. Stamina Pro is all certified. You never have to worry about anything.
This gives you an all-natural approach. It allows a wide range of people to have a viable solution that they're going to feel good about.
I have absolute confidence using Stamina Pro with my kids. I mean, my kids love the Stamina Pro patches.
You know, my kids use it if they're in pain. It becomes part of the unspoken uniform.
Even through the night, they last me into the next day. So it's not as if you have to replace them. They'll last a good full 24 hours for me.
You know, when you sweat or it gets wet or whatever, that thing's not coming off. And I think that gives people a lot of confidence as well.
Whether you're playing beach volleyball or football or any other sport, you name it, you're not gonna have to worry about it coming off.
My daughter's a water polo player. My son is a swimmer. So they're sweating or they're running or they're in the pool, they actually stay on.
The future for Stamina Pro, I think it'll be in the bag of every athlete. It'll be part of your arsenal for recovery.
If you can promote recovery while you're breaking your body down, sky's the limit for what these patches can do.
You throw on one of the Stamina patches and you're already ahead of the game. This is the real deal.
There's now a better thing to turn to, not just for athletes, but for everybody.
I really love Stamina Pro. I live by them now. They've been a godsend for me.